Hey, everybody. Hey, Rihanna. Hey, Maria. Feels like it's been forever whenever I'm not here for a week. Alright, we're at the end of May, so I'll open all that up while people come in. How's everyone doing? We had a fun diary detective meeting last week. I had barely any voice, and then I lost it on Thursday. So that's why I wasn't here last week. I probably still sound a little bit off. I'm still, like, coughing, and it's just lingering. But much better. But I was able to do the Patreon video chat. We did a little bit of work, and we finished up the line a day diary that we've been working on. This is a diary that spans like 30 years. More, actually, I think. And this woman, Elizabeth Bessie Phoebus, wrote in it sporadically. Maria actually donated it to us. Maria, who was just here and said she was here first. So we read through all of the entries. They're all written... Oh, yeah, I will help you. Maria, I'm going to help you. I'm sorry. I meant to do that before. Yeah, so she wrote in it, like, very sporadically with not really any kind of rhyme or reason. So all of the entries are out of chronological order. So we had to read through them all, type them all out, and then now we can finally, on our little Excel spreadsheet, big Excel spreadsheet, actually, not little, we can reorder them so that I get distracted all the time, Maria, that's why. I got literally distracted by that comment. Anyways, we got it all in chronological order now so we can read through it with, you know, all of the entries being in order of how things happened in her life. So that will be very interesting, and I've reached out to a descendant. Haven't got a response yet because I had to send it on Facebook, and you know how when you're not friends on Facebook, messages can just get like trapped in the requests folder. So I'm pretty sure that's where my message is right now. So hopefully she'll check her requests soon and see it. Maybe I'll have to find another way to try to email her too. It's a delicate balance where you're trying to get a hold of people, knowing that you're doing it for a good reason, but then at the same time trying not to be creepy. And it's a very thin line. So, without further ado, I'm going to start May. I don't think we'll have as much of a crowd today because I did not register the live, unfortunately. So that's okay. I've been like really distracted at work and stuff. Hey, little Becky. Cute name. All right, so we are reading good old Ralph's 1906 diary. Ralph is up in the corner of my screen. You can see a picture of him. And basically, he's doing a lot of engineering work for the city of Waterloo, Iowa in 1906. He is married. We know he's married because he got married in the 1903 diary that we had. But he rarely mentions his wife, I think because this journal tends to be more of like a work journal. Maybe this is just where he logged specifics of his job and it wasn't his daily journal. I don't know. Or he was just really, really busy. And I don't know. But George's name has only been mentioned like a couple of times. But that's just kind of who Ralph is, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's an indication of anything bad. I think it's just he's a man of few words. So, on Friday, May 25th, office in AM. This part is a little faded because of the way the picture was taken. Any profiles, maybe? Profiles. I was seeing this as a P, but I think it is profiles. Happy Thursday. Hey, Carly. What does that say? Why does it look like it says Manson's 3 dead? That's not what it says, right? Where's his, hold on. Let me look through it, if I have it. May? Can't believe we're already in May of this diary. We're really... Winson's could be. I think it's an M. But May 25th. Add. Oh, I see. Okay. It says Manson's 3rd ADD, which is addition. So that has to do with something like the planning of the city. They have different sections of the city I have on old maps that have ADD written after it for addition. So it's like an added section of the city. So that must be. And he has been working on different sections of the city called additions with different names for a while. So that makes sense. Just looks like it said dead. I was a little worried there. Okay. Ooh. Shovels something for MB York levels, I think. For MB York. I think that's York. Not sure. Long time no see. Were you shadow banned? I don't know. I was not here last week. So, because I was sick. So that might be what you're thinking. But also, when I post videos, it doesn't show it to anybody. So I don't know if I've been shadow banned, but I wasn't on last week. Okay. Blank. Jigglypuff, if you tell me about when the last time you were here, I can update you. Because I don't know if it was just because I missed last week that you feel like you've missed something, or if it's been a while, I can definitely give you the rundown. Okay. Ditto. Something 325. Why? Good morning, Deb. Love that it's morning for you. A new day. I hate touching this diary because it's pretty moldy. Gross. It might be barn. Sometimes when I look in the actual diary, I can tell a little bit more. I think it might be barn. Maybe it's someone's last name. I think it's a B, definitely. It's kind of like what's happening here that I don't know. So he's doing levels for this person or place, but probably a person. Survey, and that is an engineering term, like doing levels. I don't know what it means, but it means something to Ralph. Survey for Dr. Bennett, 526. I just keep having to open this. I should just keep it open. May. I think it might be INS matter. Insurance matter. I don't know. This doesn't quite look like an I on here, though. In the actual diary, it looks more like it says INS. Matter. Definitely says matter. Okay. MB Lock. Oh, I guess that's Lock, not York. On RRS. Don't know what that means. 2 hours. A lot of what Ralph says is pretty cryptic. Probably not to anyone who might be an engineer out there, but to me, I just type what he says, but a lot of it is a little, I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. May 26th, 1906. Walk grades, I know that, on C. North. Okay, this is a pattern. The reason why I know he's saying this is because he says this phrase a lot. So he walks grades. Sometimes he'll write the whole word grades, other times just G. So that's why I know that's what it means. Or GR. On corner, or on, I don't know what that is. C North Corner 5th. Might be C Street. This, though, I don't know what that means. I don't know if this is a letter or a symbol or what. North, west, 1, something. 100, oh, I think it's this. 100 feet. Or 120 feet northwest. What do we think? Is it 100 or 120? $120. I'll go with that. Okay. Ditto? Ditto. So same thing. Walk grades on B. West. He just can't seem to get his cardinal directions right. He's writing over them. He thought it was south. That's why it's confusing. Because it's east over north. Unless he's trying to say northeast. But why would he write it over each other? I don't know. Yes, it definitely does. His writing seems more rushed than the 1903 diaries. I agree. More rushed and all about work. I think it's N over E. So, like, not meaning northeast, right? Or southwest, but, like, changing his... I think so, too. I don't know. Okay. Oh, you think it's an N over S. Okay. I see a W, though. I don't know. Corner. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I get... Okay, yes. B, W, maybe. Corner, because it's a... Oh, I'll do what he did. Sorry, this is confusing. 5th to south corner of 4th. Such interesting stuff, right? I was wondering if he's writing this in the field as he's working. Maybe that might explain why it's kind of like scrawly and he's not finishing his sentences. He's just writing like same thing. It was probably to keep note of what he did, and maybe he has to go report it back to work too. This must be C Street and B Street. Sewer levels, fun. On alley, 4th corner. 4th corner? I don't know. And Cedar, 3rd to Mullen. In the past, we have actually found these streets on Google Earth. So, like, sometimes, especially here, like, I know Commercial Street, because I've done a lot of, just through the diary, a lot of, like, poking around on Google Earth with these streets in Waterloo. I don't live anywhere near here, but I know some of the street names, which is kind of crazy. But he's telling us street names, so a lot of times we can find where those streets intersect, or if he's talking about an alley, we could probably find it. We can go look for it after, but we found a couple of other ones I've got pictures of. Like here, this is a corner of a street that he was working on. It's kind of fun to find those places and be like, Ralph was here. That's why I put his little picture. He was there doing sidewalk grading and all that fun stuff. There was an alleyway. Oh, here. This is an alleyway between houses that he specifically tells us. Hey, Holly. He specifically tells us where he was and which alley it was, and we found it. So we know he was there working on the sewer. It's kind of funny. Thank you. I appreciate your appreciation, Mayo, because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's kind of silly, but it's fun. Ralph was there. He needs a little plaque, a little sewer cap in all of those places. Ralph was here. We found the sewer, his little pic like it's a ghost. I know. I don't know. Poor little Ralph. Note Waterloo, Iowa in the United States. Okay, level on Commercial Street at BHCR. Don't know what that means. Office on Greenfield. Hey, Rachel. Add profiles 3 to 6. What the heck? What does that say? Oh, lock. Oh, I got it. Something MB lock, because that was the guy he was talking about before. But what is ET? MV lock. Looks like just random letters and numbers. 3 hours. I don't know. M said, how can you read their handwriting? Et is and. In French it is, right? But do people use that in English? I guess it's the best I've got so far. How can I read their handwriting? Just lots of practice and patterns. But yeah, sometimes it is a little crazy. Luckily, he's writing in print right now, which is easier. Sometimes he scrawls in cursive or half cursive, half print, which can be difficult. At MLN for dinner. Pop quiz. Who knows who MLN is? S13. I don't know why I would say S13. Something supper. And supper? Oh, SB. And supper? I don't know. Martin Luther Newton, you got it. Good job, guys. Isn't that funny? I like how he's given him a code name, MLN. It's like a secret. Okay, May 28th. Greenfield profiles. In office. I love how he went off script there. He's off the lines. Now he's really neat. May 29th. Walk grades Irving to Cortland. Walk grades Iowa. Chestnut to Dane. Office work 10 to 6 p.m. on profiles of Greenfield edition. Now let's see something. Did I don't think I saved it. I have a map, an old, I might have to just look it up. It's the, what's the fire maps? What's it called? What's the name? Brain isn't working. Someone knows. The fire insurance maps. Sanborn. Waterloo, Iowa, 1900, I think I was looking at. It has those editions labeled in it. That's why I'm looking for this. I believe it is this one. Or maybe it's not. I think it is. Yeah. So we've got, he talks about these a lot. Levitts, Millers, and Johnsons. He was doing work on all of those together. Just going to like scroll around, see if I can find Greenfield. It's kind of ringing a bell, so. Oh, look. Manson's edition. He was just there. I'm going to take a screenshot. And stick that in here. So I'll add it into my little scrapbook after. Manson's edition. Yeah, it's a cool map. It's got, I like all the colors. And then each of these sections, you can zoom in further on and see more about the buildings. I have no idea what's going on, but this is utterly fascinating. Well, thank you very much. I can tell you what's going on. This is a 1906 diary that we're reading. And we've read a few diaries from this writer before, so we kind of know a little bit about him. That's why I talk about him like he's my friend. Ralph's up there in the corner. You can see a picture of him. So basically, we're reading the diaries and transcribing them, and eventually we're going to return them to descendants and send copies to museums in the area too if they want them. But mostly it's fun to have a little mystery of whose diary it is and figure out where they went and track Ralph's footsteps. It's fun. The one next to it is Bratnabur's. Ooh, maybe the barn from earlier, an abbreviation. Yes, and why does that name sound familiar? Aha! Because in early May, he was on Bratnaber Street. That's why it sounds familiar. Okay, so actually, let me go back. Where was that barn? Here. May 25th. I promise I'll go back to the map. And I know someone had a question about it too. I'll tell you in a second. May 25th. I don't know. I feel like if it was a abbreviation, it'd be Brat, right? Ralph's having a Brat summer. But I don't know. Maybe it will come to light. Maybe he'll mention it again. Okay. Yes, I don't even remember that, Carly, but I believe you. We spent a long time probably trying to figure out what that said. Okay. What are the maps called again? These are Sanborn fire insurance maps. You can find them for a lot of cities. And there are multiple. Like they make them for different years too. So it's a good resource if you're trying to find the location of someone's house. If you're doing like historical research, sometimes I find them a little bit confusing, but I think that's because it's online and I've sort of gotten the hang of it, but there's a lot of abbreviations and there's a lot of like when you start scrolling through the pages, some of them don't line up together, but I think if you were looking at like the big map, it would make sense if they're next to each other. So sometimes I have a little bit of trouble finding a specific address, but that's awesome. You're an architectural historian. You use these every day. I love it. Yeah, they're definitely helpful. And they have sometimes a lot more labeled than other ones. So I'm trying to find Greenfield Edition. Now what we could do... Oh, Chestnut. I was going to say we could look for the street names. Chestnut is one of them. Dane. Hammond Hopkins Edition, North Edition, Calumet Edition, Rickner and Bratnabur's, Manson's, Verdon. Maybe Greenfield Edition is not near that though. Oh, it's hard because they're written over the other text, so it's kind of like hard to see sometimes, but for some reason Greenfield Edition sounds really familiar. Oh yeah, I forgot about Shilliams. I like Shilliams. Bratnaber Street. This is 6 years prior. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's new. Is there a 1910 Sanborn map? This is from, I think it said 1918. 1918. Wait, that says 1962. Oh, maybe they went back? (1918 to 1962). That's a large range. I just want the first map. Thanks for the follow, Chelsea. I'm struggling here. It's not loading. go. Okay. Ooh. This is really detailed. Okay, I went too far though. 8. Mulberry Street, that's where Georgia lived. Okay, I think this might be what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. So they still have the additions labeled. They're a little bit different. We'd have to do a lot of looking. Ooh, there's more. Crappin' Place. That's where the sewer is. Verdon Ave, or Ad, sorry, Verdon Edition, original plat of Waterloo. Shilliam's 3rd subdivision. I like how they write it with a little twist. Hammond North, Manson's. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to scroll through here for a long time to find it. Maybe it's down here. It's bothering me because it's ringing a bell, so I feel like I've seen it. Westfield, maybe I'm getting it confused with Westfield. Woodlawn, Home Park. Kingbird Hill, Prospect Hills, West Lawn, Brown Hall, Woodbine, Fay, Reitzel, Martha. That's where Martha lives. Rosewood, Hitchcock, Whiteman's, Millers, Coles, Baggs, Johnson, Levitt, Sedgwick, Whitney, Wellington. Yeah, it might say it in the table of contents. I should probably go look there. That would make sense. South Waterloo, Riverview. Pretty sure he was talking about Riverview before. No. There was another one. It was something View. Or Riverside. Maybe it was Riverside. Okay, well, I'll go and look and see what is in the... Yeah, I know, some of them are tiny, and they're written over other things, so it's, like, really hard to make sure you see them all. Sometimes they jump out, though, pretty easy. This is not loading. Okay, I want to see if maybe they have them listed. Also, some of them might be so small that they only show up on the more zoomed-in maps. Because they have that big map of all of Waterloo, and then they have separate maps with all those numbered sections that are way more zoomed in. Like, there's a whole map just for 7 and 12. I might give up on this for now, because it's just not loading, and I'm sick of waiting for it. But we found Manson's edition. Okay. May 30th. We're going to finish May. At Waverly. Oh, maybe. So Kendra's wondering if they have those maps up in her city in Canada. I don't know if Sanborn was just United States or Canada too. You could look it up. Search Sanborn fire insurance maps, or even maybe fire insurance maps in whatever city you're looking for, and maybe you'll find some. I'll be Googling. In Waverly, I would offer to do it for you, but you probably don't want to tell me what city on a live stream, and that I understand. 165 must have been oh, I missed that line. Yeah, it would have been a lot back then, definitely. I think he means $1.65 actually. And usually when they mention money, we will do a conversion. So hold on. In Waverly Works. or work 8 to 11 in Eve. Okay, check. I like how he's like, check mark for an unknown reason. So I usually look up inflation calculator. 1906 to today. And then I look up $1.65. About $58.24. I know, right? Josh said, I forget things have ever costed $1.65. You're so right. You can't even get something at the grocery store for that little. Usually look up the whole dang question. Oh, you could do that too. Okay. Now, May 31st. Okay. All right. Something. South. Ralph. South on cottage east of bar something. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the Google Earth, and we can probably figure out what these names say. If we can find one of them, we can see what's near it. That's what we've been doing. Google Earth. How did you end up focusing on Ralph's diary? Well, these diaries were donated to me by somebody who read an article about another project. So I was doing another project of diaries from Iowa that I had gotten on eBay. And I reached out to a newspaper over where the diaries were written, and that newspaper wrote an article. So basically somebody in Iowa read that article and realized like, oh, I have some diaries that I don't know who wrote them, or he knew a little bit actually about who wrote them, but he didn't really have anything to do with them afterwards, and he thought, oh, I'll offer them. So he offered them to me, and I said, of course, we'll do this as a project. And that's how we started focusing on Ralph. And some of the diaries in this series were written by Ralph, and some of them were written by his wife, Georgia. I know. Oh, no. Mayo said, I always lose those eBay auctions. Now I know who's winning them. No, that's not true. I have only done, I think the Weatherman Diary series is the only ones I've ever like bid on. Maybe a couple of others, but I am not on there all the time, because if I was, I would have no money. I purposely do not allow myself to go onto eBay if I have other projects. So yeah. Yep, Iowa. Okay. What was the street name? I didn't write it down, so hold on. Okay. So this here is him grouping these things together. I don't know what that is though, because there's a line of mold that I don't intend on touching to figure out what it says. So it's something south something on cottage east of B-A, let's guess, B-A-R something. Keeping my pockets safe, one failed bit at a time. I know, right? Bartho? That could be it. Now let's look for Cottage Street, Waterloo, Iowa. And we will do a little walk around to see, look for a name that could be Bartho. Oh, Barclay? No, it's not Barclay. Cottage Street. What street are you? Mobile, Ash, Beach, Linden. Go back this way. Manson Street, Lynn Street, East 4th Street. The problem is that a lot of the street names have changed too since then. So it might just not be there, but Cottage East of Bar. Manson. Barclay. Jackson, Hewitt. Yeah, I don't think it's here anymore. It could be Barkley. Thinking it's Barkley. It's just an ugly C. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Actually, I can see it now. If you ignore this, sorry, I'll move it. Then it could be B-A-R, pretend that's a C, L-A-Y. Yeah, I think it is. He just did not curve his C. Cool. Glad that's solved. Okay. Then levels, Howry and McWilliam edition. Sewer investigation. Ew. What do you think that entails? A sewer investigation. Sewer in alley between Commercial and Bridge Street. Street. Yes. Walk grades, north corner, 5th and B to west corner, 5th and A. Street names. Walk grades, northwest corner of Campbell and Marsh to northeast corner, Campbell and Moir. We can look that up. We'll find it. Okay, so let's find Campbell, and then we'll look for that alleyway too. I don't know what's going on in the sewer, but he's investigating it. Campbell Street. Oh, Campbell Street, Waterloo. Campbell Avenue. Okay, Campbell Avenue and Marsh. Orange Grove, Vernon, Fletcher, Lawn Hill, Euclid, Clough. What street are you? Moir. Aha. Okay, well, we solved that one. Marsh. Okay, Moir and Marsh are right here. Yeah. Yes, Carly. I like the monocle. Okay. So, let's find... Why did that make that box so big? Odd. Let's find the alley, or the sewer in the alley between Commercial and Bridge Street. Okay, Commercial Street. I'm assuming Bridge Street must be running in the same direction. Well, I don't know how to search like two streets where they meet. Or it wouldn't meet actually, so. Iowa? No! No! Bridge Street, Waterloo. Iowa. I don't know if it's a street anymore. Well, let's see something. Since we know where Commercial Street is. Water Street, Black Hawk Street, Commercial Street, Jefferson Street, Bluff, Cedar. Is this Bridge or Ridge? Ridge. Put and between. I don't think Bridge Street is there anymore though, but remind me of that next time I'm looking for two streets together. I could try it, I guess, but maybe it's just not Bridge Street, maybe it's Bridge. I don't see it. Well, here's Commercial. Yeah, because, like, see, Water Street isn't there anymore. It's now, it looks like maybe a walking path, or not? I don't know, actually. Maybe it is a street? No, it looks like a walking thing. Yeah, recreation area trail. Ridge with a symbol in front? Possibly. No, it does look like bridge. Alright, well, we'll move on. We're ready for June. I don't know why it made this box so big, but I hope it doesn't do that from now on. Okay, June 1st. Sewer grades on 8th. Wonder if one of those bridges was called Bridge Street. It could be. I'm assuming because it's an alleyway between Commercial Street and Bridge Street, it should be like... They should be parallel, right? Because the alleyway would go between. But there have probably been so many changes in this like downtown area of Waterloo that I bet all those alleys that used to be there and stuff, I bet they're not there anymore. Yeah, I think the walking path was Water Street. Or partially. There's water. I guess that's a small street. I don't know. Yeah. They may have lost... That is bothering me because I feel like that should be Bridge Street. I don't see it though. Ugh. Okay, commercial Black Water. I don't know. Or the walking. Oh, you said that. Okay. All right. So, sewer grade on 8th Bluff Street Southwest in PM. I love typing this and just pretending I know what he's talking about. Walk grades west side street in AM. Survey for J.A. Zook in PM. 3 o'clock. Walk grades east side. Okay. Why? No, it made it huge again. Why? Okay. Maybe I can fix it. All right. Wonder if we could find J.A. Zook. I feel like Zook to me sounds like an uncommon name, but I think maybe it's more common than I'm realizing. But let's see. Find a grave. I don't know when he would have died, though. We could look him up in census records, I guess. J.A. Jacqueline Alice Zook. No, she lived after that. John Alexander Zook. Hey, that's promising. He was a plumber. He died of a heart affliction. That's sad. I think this might be him. Oh, he was in the Royal Archmasons. So was Ralph. John Alexander Zook. I think that might be him. It's the only one that's coming up. June. We already did June 1st. June 2nd. No, did I get them all? Yep. June 2nd. Survey for Stilson on 1st Street. 3 o'clock in AM. Walk grades Greenfield editions. Oh, thank you. Very unique stream, bro. Very cool. It says Moo 146. Thank you. Appreciate it. It is different. Greenfield edition in PM. Okay. Make it a little smaller. Now, I have to go into my June folder. Thanks for the follow, Nicole. Okay, June 3rd, blank. Yeah, 3 a.m. That seems kind of weird, but I don't know. June 4th. Walk grades. Greenfield edition. June 5th. Thanks, Steph. First time here, loving this. I'm trying really hard to remember to read the comments. Oh, thanks. I see you guys on YouTube too. 13 Ridge, you think it says? I'll go back to it after. I'll write that down. And hello, Grandma, over on YouTube. I'm trying to read the comments because when my live streams automatically upload to YouTube after, which is nice because it's like an archive and people do go back and watch it if they missed the live, but the comments don't show. So it just looks like I'm talking to myself, and sometimes I'll answer a question, but I don't know what, like, as you're re-watching it, you don't know what the question actually was. But why'd you pick this diary? Are you from the same place as the guy or something? No, actually. These diaries were donated to me by someone from Iowa, and I'm in Massachusetts. I'm nowhere near Iowa. The reason why someone from Iowa reached out to donate something is because he read an article about another project I was doing, which happened to be tied to Iowa, and then he was like, "Oh, I have some diaries from Iowa too," and he donated them. I don't know. I got distracted. Hello, Tina. Okay. Now I'm on, hold on, what was I going to do? I'm going back to Bridge Street. May. That was in, let's see, May 31st. That's the beginning of May. I think 13 Ridge is a great thought, but I don't think it is because it doesn't look like the R is capitalized. If the R was capitalized, I would have said yes. So I don't know. And Mayo asked, are you using OBS? Yes, I am. I'm using OBS, and then I'm streaming like it's called a virtual camera that I'm bringing over to TikTok, and it's streaming that. Which, thanks for reminding me, I have to move around a little bit so TikTok knows I'm here and alive, and I'm not, it's not gonna like come up and say, oh, inactivity, and then be really loud for you guys. June 5th, back here. What grades on Greenfield edition? Okay, June 6th. All the B's look like 13s. Yes, that's true. And yes, this is Ralph Slippy. You should be able to get both chat logs. Oh, if you know how to do that, please let me know. It's confusing. Yeah, that's what. I have tried to look it up, and it doesn't let me, like, I've even tried to get around it, like popping out the TikTok chat and then doing, like, a window. I'm also, like, not really that great at this. I fumble my way through it, and that's great, but I don't really know all of the ins and outs. I've tried to do like a window capture of the chat box, but it doesn't work. TikTok like doesn't let you do a window capture of any of its software or something. I don't know, unless things have changed, but I have not been able to figure it out. So if you can help me, I would love that. What does walk grades Greenfield mean? Well, I know what Greenfield means. Greenfield is the section of town that he's working on, and walking grades is something that he's doing for his engineering job. I don't actually know what the... Oh, thank you. I would really appreciate that, Mayo. Yeah, I don't know what walking grades actually entails. I picture him walking down the like sidewalk and doing some measuring or something. Like he's walking along. I don't know. It's something like that. But we know it's work related. Ditto, ditto, west side. So walk grades on west side in PM. June. Oh, wait. I skipped one. Walk grades east side. Okay, this is what I did. I did walk grades east side. Then on June 7th, I did the same thing. Walk grade. Hi, Max. The little pictures are so small and I can't see what people, I can't see like it up close, but is that a little possum in your username, your picture? It's very cute. First I thought it was a lemur, but is it a possum? It's so small on my screen. Walk grades east side in AM. Walk grades west side in PM. June 8th. Right. Oh, down here. Walk grades. It's a little possum. I love possums. They're so funny. They're cute. I don't know if I think they're cute. I don't know. They're sometimes, I feel like baby possums I think are cute. Oh God, there was one time when I was at college. The college was near a beach that was a peninsula. It was pretty cool. You could like walk around the whole thing and it went pretty far. And it was very isolated and very rocky and just neat to walk through. But there was one time, I guess they have a possum problem there. And I was walking and it was like sunset time. I don't know, maybe that's when they come out. But it was horrendous how many possums I saw. And not only did I see them, oh God, I wish I had a picture. I have it somewhere. So like, I'll try to describe it because it was crazy. So first of all, you're walking along the rocky beach. There's a lot of gray and white rocks. The possums blend in. I almost stepped on multiple possums. It was pretty horrible because they play dead. So when you're walking and they're scared of you coming, they just like go limp and curl up or just lay there, you know? So they look like a rock. So it was like really hard to get through and walk. And I was like worried about stepping on a possum and getting bitten. And then on top of it though, so Claude and Basil are chasing each other. Yeah, they play possum, exactly. Maybe he's measuring the grade of the land. Yes. So the other thing about possums on that particular beach was the way it was like a skinny peninsula. So there was beach on both sides, and then in the middle there was a lot of like brush and stuff, but not many trees. Like there wasn't a lot of room for the forest to grow. It was just mostly short, thick bushes and stuff. So as I look in the bushes, there's possums like on top of the scraggly bushes playing dead, like just laying in the bush, like someone chucked a dead possum into the bush. It looked like it was crazy. And then another time we went there, it was not a possum problem, but a frog problem. I don't know if it's a problem. Maybe it's natural. Maybe the frogs were migrating or something, or they were all born at the same time. But there were too many frogs, and there were too many possums. But I have to find that picture. I have no idea where it is. Where do you get these diaries? I've been advertising my services, and I haven't had someone request these. So a few different places I find them. I've found them at estate sales. I found one at an estate sale, actually. I found a few on eBay. And then this was, the reason I got my hands on these diaries was because somebody was following another project that I did. And they were donated. Yes, thanks, Carly. So I think you probably, if you're wanting to get into it, you'll probably have to like find your own on eBay somewhere or somewhere else, you know, to get started. I think the only reason these were donated to me is because I have done a couple of other projects and that person happened to like see that and also have something to send in. And Maria, I don't know if Maria is still here, but oh, thanks. Oh, you know why I write 1903 is because the last two diaries we read were both 1903 and it's muscle memory. Maria, oh, hey Maria, there she is. She also donated a diary to us, but I think Maria, that was because you came onto the live and kind of saw what was going on, right? So I don't know if people would be searching for someone to transcribe and research a diary. They might not even know that that exists out there. So I think you got to just get started and then let them find you. Walk grades on Greenfield edition and of I'm just curious how she knows grounds seems. Oh, okay. Sorry. The reason I know is because about grades is because he used to, and sometimes he'll say it again, he used to actually write out grades. In other entries, he says walk grades, and he writes the full word out. That's the only reason I know. Because, yeah, walking the grounds does make more sense. Oh, God. We have a couple of us. So the question is, what's the coolest, funniest, most interesting thing you've found in a diary? I have so many answers to that question that it's hard to come up with, like, the coolest one. In Ralph's diary, which one? It might be this one. In one of these diaries, I think it's the next one, but I don't have it right here. There's a 4-leaf clover in one of the diaries, which is cool. So it's, I assume, a 4-leaf clover that Ralph put in there and pressed. Made me feel like I was getting all the tea. What did? I think I missed some comments. No, I don't know. I can't go all the way back. The train drawing, yes. I'll show that too. My great aunt lived through the Depression in later years, traveled the world, and kept records. That is really cool. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of questions and all my thoughts are going everywhere. So the train, back on the coolest, funniest entries, the train entry was in 1901. So this was like actually the first diary we read of Ralph's. And it was one of the first entries in that diary. We got a very interesting introduction to him. So here's the entry. Basically for work, he was on a train. He was going to this place. And then he writes, struck farmer, meaning the train. Struck farmer at house switch. That's something to do with the railroad. West of Woodburn Depot. Body found about 3 rail lengths west and about 30 feet from the track. North, feet pointing towards track. And then, so he tells us this person was hit by a train, and it's awful. He tells us this person was hit by a train so, like, matter-of-factly. And then he drew a diagram. We were like, what the heck is this? Because it was after the entry. Yes, he knows exactly where because he's crazy. In a good way, I guess. He's engineer crazy. He likes the details. He drew the tracks, and I'm assuming this is the farmer's head, and this is the body, and this is his feet. It was insane. And then we ended up finding the guy. So there's Nelson. And there was debate, whether or not this was intentional. He was on the tracks. They said he didn't hear the train, but I don't know how that would be possible. So yeah, that's the Ralph's train diagram. Then there was another one, his day of bad luck. This is his day of bad luck. Listen to this. If you think you're having a bad day. Ralph's day, he was working in I'm just trying to make this like show more, but I can't. He was working in a town and he had to stay over in that town because I guess it was a multi-day job. So he went to Melbourne, supper and all night at Mrs. Dice's. I went to order supper, so he must have left and was going to go to a restaurant, and got chased by a bull. Bad luck, right? Then he ran onto a skunk on his way back. Lily and I got into the wrong room to sleep. Lily is a guy. I know it seems like a girl name, but so he went to go get food, and on his way to get food, he got chased by a bull, and then he stepped on a skunk, and then he got into the wrong hotel room. Okay, Ollie said, I'm rather jazzed to see people over 100 years ago had worse cursive than me. Yes, and Caitlin, I agree. You should give it a go transcribing yourself. The more you do, the more it will get better. You will get better. Tina said, my great-great-great-grandmother was struck by a train on Christmas Day going to her son's house. Oh, that's terrible. His job is making maps. Of course, he'd know where. Yeah, that's true. And his job is on the railroad, so I would love to do something like this. Well, if you want to do something like this, what a perfect segue for my new little graphic that I made. It's probably going to be too small. You guys will have to give me feedback. I get the question a lot about my Patreon, And I've been meaning to make a little, thing that I can show you guys, like a picture that explains the difference between the free Discord and the Patreon Discord. So I made this, and Ralph's blocking it, so hold on. I need to make it just so it will pop up, and while I explain it, I feel like it's helpful. I don't know, I'm a visual person. But can you guys read this? You're my test subjects. If you'd like to do something like this is why it's a segue. I have a Patreon. Yes. little board. Yes. I love it. So the Patreon account, or the Patreon subscription, is $5 a month. And for $5 a month, you can join my secret Discord room with multiple channels. Yes. Oh, wait, Carly, did I add you? Are you in the actual Discord, though? Like the room? I gotta get you and Maria all set up. So if you join the Patreon, you can come to our Patreon-only video chats once a month. You can join in on the Discord. You can practice your... Oh, good. Just figured it out. Welcome. You can practice transcribing, or if you have your own projects that you want transcribed, we work together. We help each other research. It's like a little collaborative community. We do our own separate projects, too. Like here on the live streams, I'm doing the Slippy Diaries. But back in the Patreon Discord, we're doing the 5-year diary that we just finished. And then soon we'll be working on those World War II letters, which is going to be a really big project with a lot of transcribing needed. So if you wanted to hone your skills, that would be the perfect way. So yeah, there's my little, okay, Carly, I will help you out. The Patreon, make the Patreon less than the cost of an egg, and I'll join. You know what, though? I don't think I have to do anything. I think I just got to wait for that because egg prices are going up, right? So, hold on. Wrong thing. I'm trying to get this off my face. There we go. So, okay, cool. I'm excited. Well, I'm happy to answer any questions if any of you have them, okay? Because I know it's hard to describe it, but it is a really cool little club. That's what I think of it as. It's $5 a month, the Patreon. $5 an egg and I riot. Imagine that. I get to say, and you can join for less than the cost of a single egg. Anything exciting happened in the diary tonight? Not really that much. A lot of just Ralph working. Yeah, a lot of engineer speak today. Okay, I'll keep going. I don't know if I forgot any, if I didn't answer any questions or anything, but like, let me know. Just resend them if I missed them. Walk Grades, Greenfield edition, and J&M edition, and is it J? Johnson and Miller, right? Sewer Home Park School. Ralphie doesn't seem too interested in his diary after marriage. I know, he was so talkative in the 1903 one. Maybe he's just like working himself to the bone and he doesn't have time to write in the diary much. Be like the TikTok shop and compare it to their coffee that they buy every day. Yeah, see, it's I don't know. It's a weird thing for me to plug it. But I feel like people don't know it exists because I don't talk about it ever. So I have to strike a balance. I don't want to be like, join my Patreon, join my Patreon. You know, I don't know. For less than a cup of coffee. Starbucks coffee. Maybe he has 2 diaries, one personal, one for work. Yes, possible. June 9th. I was excited to join the Patreon. Don't sell yourself short. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the reassurance. I'm excited because we are starting that new project soon because we finished the Phoebus Diaries, which is that 5-year diary that's not really a 5-year. I don't know. Actually, Maria, do you want that back if we can't get a hold of a descendant? Because I'm happy to send that back to you if you want. The next project is that big box of letters from World War II. Oh, diary birthday, June 9th. Hold on, Audra. Woohoo! Happy diary birthday. Yeah, so I have a big box of letters from World War II, and it came with also artifacts like the guy's Purple Heart is in there, so it's a big project that we're going to try to return to Descendants. Hopefully we can find someone. It's your birthday too. Happy diary birthday, Mayo. Yes, letters are cool. I also like that letters are a little bit shorter. Like a diary is a big project to take on, but letters will be more, it'll be, I think, more easily done in our group, because everybody can take a letter and transcribe it, and then they can all come together, but it's not a continuous thing where we have to worry about, oh, where did that person leave off? Who's doing it next? You know, I think it'll work really well. I'd rather the family have it, but if we can't get a hold, okay, perfect. And then maybe, obviously, we'll keep in contact, Maria, and if I do hear back, I'll give them a little bit more time. I'll try to reach out to her a couple more ways, but if not, I can send it to you, and then I can let you know if they do answer me. Do you have a personal diary? If so, how will you set it up to be read and by an investigator in 100 years? I do. I have a 5-year diary, which is each page, it's like this big. In each page, actually, I can show you what it looks like, because this is what it looks like. So this is a 5-year diary written by somebody else. Mine is bigger, like the pages, but this is the basic setup where it has the day on the top and then 5 sections. So each year that you're writing through it, you fill out the next section down, so you can go back and see what you did, or like what was happening that the year before, 2 years before, 3 years before. So that's what I'm working on. And it's nice because it's like it's a small chunk. You don't have to feel like you have to fill an entire page. And I don't know how I'm setting it up to be read by an investigator in 100 years. I do think about that sometimes, but I don't know. Maybe I should change some of the names in the diary to little abbreviations like Ralph does, so that someone has something to work on. I'm not just handing them all the information. I'm deaf conscious of this now. That's funny. Okay, now, there was another question. How much is left for the Ralphie, Georgia saga? There is this 1906 diary, so a few more months of this. Sorry, the cats are like making a lot of noise. And then we have one more from 1907, the next year, of Ralph's. And then that's it. Would it be weird to transcribe my own journals? For you to transcribe your own? No, I don't think that's weird. I think that'd be valuable for you to have later on in life. I need to quit getting so personal in my journals. I think about my grandkids reading it. Yeah, you know, I do have to say the 5-year diary, if you don't want to be too personal, that's a good option. Because you talk about what's like important and what's happening, but you can't get too far into it because it only gives you like this much space to write in. So I feel like it's not too embarrassing if somebody reads it later on. Are there blank books that have the same format as the 1903 to 6 diaries? Yes, you can buy, I'm sure they make them. Maybe someone makes them someday, somewhere. Oh, what am I saying? I'm sure someone makes them somewhere today. But you can buy old ones that are empty also. Like if you go on eBay and look up old diaries, a lot of them actually are just empty. Yeah, that would be cool. You know what would be cool? You could find out like the days of the year, or the days of each month rotate. Like they repeat every 7 years or something. So if you could find an old diary that's empty of a year that matches the year you're trying to write with, if that makes any sense, write in, you could write in all of the days, like it would be correct. Saturday, June 9th, that would be correct, even though it's not the same year. I don't know if that made any sense. But yeah, that would be kind of cool. What do you do with your personal ones if you miss a few days or weeks? I miss a few days or weeks a lot. And I try to go back, and if I know like something I did that day, I try to write something. But a lot of times I like fall off the wagon for weeks and I just leave it blank, because after a while you don't remember what you did. But if I remember anything, I go back and like write it in, because it is fun the next year to look back. I am now in my 4th year of the 5-year diary, which is crazy, because I feel like I remember when I first bought it, and that actually tells me how long I've been on TikTok, I guess. I was researching the 1917 diary before I was on TikTok, but once I joined TikTok and started to do lives, then that's when I got that 5-year diary. So it's been like 4 years. What does the, oh yeah, sorry, I saw that question before. What does the WEA and the THER stand for? It stands for weather and thermometer, I think. So like it's a place where people would write here what the weather was, and sometimes they would, like, I forget if it was Ralph or if it was Todd in the other diaries, but one of them wrote the weather here. I think it was Todd, and then wrote the temperature here. Ralph just sometimes talks about the weather in the actual entry, but he doesn't really do that much anymore. Mayo said, I dream of obtaining a wedding scrapbook from the 1800s. Yes, I was just thinking of that. I'm not engaged or anything, but when I am, wouldn't it be really cool to have like your wedding guest book, an old wedding album or something like antique? I think I'm going to do that someday. I think that'd be really cool. Ah, nice. Mayo, we can do it together. How unique is that? You know, it's like you, and even if two people do that, you find your own unique one on eBay that matches like the whatever you're going for with the wedding. I think that'd be really cool. Sewer gas second line. Oh yes, I didn't finish, sorry. June 9th, Walk Grades Greenfield edition. Sewer grades west side. Okay. Now, the 10th is blank. Blank. June 11th. I wrote 1903. I caught myself. It's muscle memory. We've been working on the 1903 diaries for God knows how long. So my fingers just do it. And I have to really think about it to say 1906. That's your diary birthday. It takes me so long. There's so much like lag time for me to find this thing. Happy diary birthday. Woohoo. So special. It does feel special. Walk grades west side in AM and oh DBD, nice. DBD, happy DBD. West side in AM and PM. Went to Waverly at 4 p.m. Back at 2 a.m. Poor Georgia was all alone. June 12th. Measured up Park Road. BW across Vinden Creek in AM. And worked on plan in office rest of day. He better be making good money. Yes, Georgia is his wife. How much time gap is between 03 and 06? Did he go offline for 3 years? I don't know. That's the problem. Is I don't know. I assume he probably continued to write, and then the person who gave me these diaries just got them from an estate clean out, so maybe they got like lost in the shuffle. Thank you. I'd like to think he kept writing because it seems random that he'd pop in 3 years later and then another year after that. I think we just got sporadic diaries. That's all. And yeah, I have a couple of Georgia's diaries. I have her 1895 diary when she was a junior in high school. Isn't that crazy? She's a junior in high school in 1895, telling us about her life, and her 1903 diary, which we read already. And then the rest is all Ralph. We have Ralph's 1901. Yeah, they're on my website. So if you go to my website, which is www.thingslostandfound.com, and you click on Slippy Diaries, what a name, right? These never load when I'm on my live stream, but I think the first one is the people and places, which is like any pictures of people that I found. I try to keep them there as like a little digital scrapbook. And then if you click on these, they should show a preview for you. But if you click on them, this is what we're working on now. I guess I put that one first. So I do try to upload all of the entries that I have that we've transcribed. So I guess that means the bottom one must be her 1895 one. Yeah, they're free. If you want to read them, they're on my website. And it's loading and loading. So this is Georgia's 1895 diary. Did I spell her name wrong? Is there not 2 N's? I don't remember. We just call her Georgia. That's what she gets called to. If she has people call. Yes, sorry, measured. I see that now. So I have it broken up by month, but you can just scroll through. It's just a slideshow, but I like to put pictures. Georgia gave us a lot of names of places and people, so we were able to find much more. She just gave us more details. We were able to find more of what she was up to, rather than Ralph has just given us basically street names and stuff, but we still love him. Okay. Oh, nice. I'm glad, Mayo. My site is www.thingslostandfound.com. I think you have to put the www. I think it doesn't work if you don't do that. I still have to figure out how to make it work. I don't know. Let me see. It wasn't working like that at first. I thought I fixed it. Okay, it goes for me. I don't know. It works on mobile without... Okay, good. That means it must have been fixed. Because I did whatever the fix was. I did a lot of searching online to figure out why it wasn't working. And I completed what I was supposed to complete in the Google Sites to like make it work without www. But then that takes time to like go through or something. So I never was sure that it updated and that it works. But it sounds like it works, so that's good. Okay. June 13th. Went to Mount Vernon. Oh, that's where he went to college. So that's this is a railroad. What does it stand for? Central? No. I don't remember what the railroad. It's CRI and P, I think. Railway train 250. Arrived at Mount Vernon at 7. Spent day in visiting old college friends. Banquet at 4 p.m. Okay, cute. So I have some pictures that can go along with this entry. A rarity in Ralph's diary. So I have pictures of Ralph's friends. This is like some members of his class. So he's in this picture here. And a lot of these men who are around him, he talks about in his 1901 diary. Or 1903, actually. These are some more friends. Well, I call them friends, but I don't know. People that he knew in college. And we have a picture of his school, too. There were some pictures of the campus somewhere. I think this is it. No. It's Cornell here. Cornell College. Not to be mistaken with Cornell University in New York. Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Here are some pictures of it. So he's going there. I'm wondering if this banquet was mentioned in the newspaper. Alumni banquet. June 1906. And what county? I don't remember. County Mount Vernon, Iowa. Oh, thanks for the gifts, guys. I see them up there. It's in Lynn County. Okay. Really? Huh. That's where Fairfax is. Lynn County. Alumni banquet, Wednesday, June 13th. Haha. This is it. Yes, the counties are so square. It is odd to see that as a Massachusetts dweller. Over here, it's all like, blah, like all confusing. Okay, so here is the banquet. What is this? Oh, okay, that's something else. Commencement week at State Normal School. Alumni banquet. Oh, no, this isn't it. Wrong. Not the right school. That's odd, though, because it's the same day. Well, maybe I'll look up Cornell also. What was that site you're on that helped you find that? This is newspapers.com. Maybe let's see if Cornell is mentioned. Cornell commencement week. June 13th. This is the commencement week at Cornell. The programs were begun Sunday morning. Well, that is the same. I don't know. This is the day of, and it's the same place. So I guess that's good to keep. I will screenshot it. Doo-doo. Put it here. Are you cross-referencing journals against old digitized newspapers? Yes, I am. Whenever we can. I mean, I'm not doing it for every entry, but whenever they mention something like an event, I like to look it up. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, this is the... Oh yeah, okay. Graduation at Cornell. And then all the way down here, on Wednesday forenoon and afternoon, I like forenoon, we learned that word from old diaries, the annual reunions of the college literary societies in their halls. At 4 o'clock in the Methodist Church was held the alumni banquet. Banquet at 4 p.m. Look, cross-reference. We're making sure his alibi checks out. Cool. Okay, so that we want to put into. I love reading old... Okay, hold on. I think I freeze it when I don't know if you guys could hear me. Actually, let's do a little experiment. Can you hear me? I know my picture's probably frozen, but can you hear me right now? You could hear me. Okay. I know, but the picture freezes, right? I'm just curious, because sometimes I'm like, am I talking to myself? Okay. Not frozen. Oh, okay. I thought it froze. Whenever I'm doing, like, the screenshot, I thought it froze, but okay. That must have just been one time when maybe my internet was laggy. It seemed like a correlation, though. Okay, well, anyways, I will DM you on Discord about apps that allow you to have TikTok and YouTube chats in the same spot. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll see you again, Mayo. Thank you for doing that, for looking into that. Okay, and was there any more? No, just telling me you can hear me. Okay, so what's next? June 14th. Commencement day at Mount Vernon. Left Mount Vernon at 5:45. Arrived home 2:10 Friday a.m. All right. June 15th. I don't know how many more I'm going to do. How long have I been on here? An hour and a half? That's usually as long as I've been lasting. I'm so hungry. Is there any word over there about being banned again soon? I have no idea. Oh, and LMAO said you look like Bella from Twilight. I get that sometimes. I don't know if it's getting banned again or what, but follow me on YouTube in case, because that's where I will be. I haven't heard anything either way. Heard a lot of other crazy stuff going on, but nothing about TikTok lately. Worked around in-house in AM. Something day. It looks like it says cousins. I don't think it says cousins, though. What is this activity? This activity is we are reading old diaries and transcribing them, so like typing them out. And then we hopefully return them to descendants after we figure out who wrote them and where they came from and who their descendants are and that kind of thing. So that's this activity. No, this is not someone in my family. These diaries were donated by someone who was interested in another project I was doing, another diary, so he sent these diaries and donated them. And they are from just like random people in Iowa that I don't know, that now I know because we researched it. And I'm on every Thursday at 6 p.m. I was not on last week because I was sick, not 6. I was sick, so I was not on at 6. Yes, Ancestry is one of my main search sources. Bezos is thinking about buying TikTok. Okay. I don't know if it was paused until April something. It might be. Maybe it's coming for us again. Curtain Day. I don't know. I'll open it up and see. June 15th. I don't know. It looks like CUANS. That's not right, though. I don't know. Please check the 17th. Is it your diary birthday? You have to wait. Worked around house in AM. Blank day. Don't know. It could be something about the weather. ION. ION. I don't know. In PM walk grades east side. Melon, is it your diary birthday on the 17th? That's usually why people want to see it. And I have a special surprise for you. But we have to get there first. Okay. Just wait. I got a surprise for you. Walk, grades, and sewer. East side and happy DBD. I don't know what this is. Hi, Basil. Hi, Basil. You want some pets? Come here. Come here. Oh, no. We don't want them. She doesn't want them. She just wants pets from the floor. Come here. She does not want to come up on my lap. Okay. East side and PR preliminary levels, haha, in Sycamore. Yeah, she is camera shy. I think she's afraid of my chair because it moves side to side in AM. Something. Rods of Cedar River. Oh. I don't know. Blank of Cedar River, McCall Street? Good, the gods of Cedar River? Yeah. Oh, Nicolette? Maybe. Hold on. To Mill Dam in PM. North. Could be. I don't know. Yes, so that question, do you get paid for doing this or is this your hobby? This is my hobby. This is not my job, but I do make some money off of Patreon. That I was talking about that before. Could be Nicolette, but I'll look it up and see if we can find a... Okay, it would be McCall Street. No. Looks like a dot of an I. It still did it, even though I moved stuff around. Sorry guys if that was loud. I don't know. Mill Dam. I don't know where the Mill Dam is either. I know, every time. And you saw me, I moved my things around. Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I did it before the first hour, but needed it again. Oh, okay. Ian just texted me and said chicken on the stove, but he spelled it S-T-O-A-F, and I thought it said chicken on the roof. Good night, Grandma. I thought it said chicken on the roof. It didn't. I saw a coyote today on the way to work, like on my street. It was scary. It was big. Went down the river in afternoon. Back at 7:30. Ian's probably going to the gym. Oh, yes. Sorry. 17th. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you said something. Here's your surprise. Happy diary birthday. Woohoo. What an exciting day. He went down to the river. Back at 7:30. See, he did a lot of work that day. Happy diary birthday. I like getting to use that. See, we get to use it so much more now because we're reading just one diary. When we were reading both the 1903 diaries, it took us twice as long to get through the days. So those diary birthdays were just not as common. Oh, I already read that. 18th. Walk. Grades west side in AM. Same, east side 2 to 3. Sewer on Jefferson. 3rd to 2nd. 3 to 6. Haha. I think we might finish June. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. June 19th, 1906. In office. General office work in AM and PM. PM. His entries have been really short though. June 20th. In office. Oh, again. General office work. Diary birthday. Amazing. So many today. Happy diary birthday. Woohoo. Yay. How old were you in 1906? Okay. Now, June 21st. Ooh, we're getting a little bit more. How long did it take you to read his handwriting? Well, we've been reading Ralph's diaries now. This is the 3rd one that we've read of his. So, can you help me read my doctor's note? Actually, Valentina can. I don't think she's here today, but we have a diary detective, Valentina, who's really good at reading chicken scratch. Specifically doctor's notes. What was I just saying? Oh, we've read a lot of his handwriting, so it's just a little bit easier. Also, he's writing a lot in print, so that helps. But, yeah, just by... After a while, you know, you stumble through it at first, but then after a while, I can kind of, like, pick up on his handwriting. June 21st is my birthday. The live came on my For You page at a good time. Well, happy diary birthday. You get a special little woohoo. I don't know what to call this. A video, a badge. That's just for you, Ollie. Happy diary birthday. Or no, not Ollie. That would be JC. Sorry, JC. Ollie said, do you know doctors have their own form of shorthand? I didn't know that. I hope nobody has to read what's in my Apple Notes 119 years from now. That's funny that you say that, Jack, because actually yesterday I was looking through my notes. I was trying to find something that I knew a year ago I put in my notes, and I was like searching through them, and just looking at the notes in my phone, it's like, I have no idea what any of these mean. Like, just the most random words that meant something to me at the time, and there's just no context anymore, and it's like all just gibberish. But I did find what I was looking for, so that's good. I feel like that never happens. Wonder why not takes a lot of walking. Why he takes a lot of walking? He works. He's an engineer. He works for the city. So he has to do a lot of walking, I think, to like measure parts of like roads and sidewalks and sewers and things like that. Surveying, you know. Addition on Sunnyside, Mullen, and Wellington streets. Also, preliminary levels on Washington Street, Mullen to 4th in PM. Yes, it does. Repeat, repeat. Ditto, ditto. Quartet. Oh, okay. This is interesting. He's in a quartet, which I think is funny for some reason. They do a performance later on in the year. Levels on Washington for paving. Walk grades on 10th. Washington to Bluff. This does not look like his handwriting. 2 hours for EE Brees. $1.50 expense. I know they have a performance later because when he mentioned being in a quartet, I looked it up to try to see if there was any like mention in the newspapers of it. And there's one mention of him being in a quartet performing. I don't remember when. I could find it though. It was later on in the year, but we looked that up a while ago. So let's see. Ralph, or I think I looked up like Slippy Quartet in 1906 in that county. Is this not it? No. Oh, here, yeah. So, male quartet. Carl Stotts, Frank Kellogg, Fred Kellogg, and Ralph Slippy. It passed. He didn't. Wait, what? He said quartet practice. This is the day. I'm glad you asked me because this is the same day. That's funny. But he said he practiced. He didn't say he performed. I was waiting for him to say he performed. Amazing. Thank you. I'm copying that and putting that in here. And once I upload all of the entries, I'll have it next to the entry, this picture. Amazing. Oh, Ralph, he doesn't give himself enough credit. He should have told us that he had a special performance. I'm so glad I looked that up. So humble, yes. Okay, now June 23rd. Walk grades. East Side in AM. Sewer grades on Jefferson. 5th to 4th. Street grades, Kendall edition. Are we sure it said practice? Let's go back. Good question. Yeah, looks like practice. Maybe they practiced before their performance, but you'd think like he would say quartet performance. June 24th. I wish we could see the performance. How cool would that be? Or hear it. Went to Mr. Berry's for dinner. That's Georgia's grandfather. Or Mrs. actually. That's her grandmother. June. It's all practice, really. Isn't that right? That's so true. Everything is practice, right? I should do this with my great-grandma's letters during the war. Yes, you should. I think you should. Hey, Mayo, welcome back. We just stumbled upon Ralph's performance of his male quartet. Is this the right one? Yeah. I guess there's 4 guys, yeah. Quartet. That's what a quartet is. He just said he practiced the quartet, but he definitely performed. It's in the newspaper. June 25th is your birthday. Happy diary birthday. Walk grades, East Side AM and PM till 3. Sewer grades on something. Sewer grades on Jefferson, 425. Fifth. Thank you, Kendra. That's so cute. Wish we could watch him before. I know. Wouldn't it be so cool? Oh, thank you. Arvo fart. Oh, I hope, or maybe it's Arv of Art. That might be better. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. His job was, he's a city engineer. So he goes around and like measures the roads, and I'm just guessing, and he also plans out sewer systems and like checks on them. Wonder if he's going to do anything special for the 4th of July. I don't know. I'm glad I found you. Thank you. Definitely give me a follow if you want to keep coming, because I love people who come back every week, and it makes it really fun. He's an engineer doing what seems to be like surveyor work. Yes, that's a more eloquent way of saying it. Not like he measures roads and inspects sewers. Oh, can you tell I'm getting hungry and tired? You probably can. Yeah, I come on every Thursday at 6 p.m. and I read through Diaries, and I also have a Patreon for people who want to get more involved, which is a Discord channel where we all collaborate on other projects and have meetings and research together and just nerd out together. Sewer grades on Jeff 4 to 5th, 3 to 4. Office 4 to 6. I'll just finish June. June 26th. The president did tours and met people even back then. Oh, like on the 4th of July? I don't know what you mean. Sewer grades. East Side. On the 4th of July in the 1903 diary, they went to a big fireworks display. Levels at Sans Souci. Yeah, I don't. Hold on. Oh, okay. When the president came to town in Georgia's diary. Yeah, no. I'd have to look back. There's so much that happens. I remember something about a president coming on the train or something, visiting. This is 1906, yes. Sans Souci, 1, 2, 4. Office 4 to 6. June 27th. Oh, yeah, and they were mad, right? People were mad that he skipped the town or that he didn't stay longer. Ooh, what's this? Four Paw and Sells Show. That seems weird. That's a weird name. Let's look that up. Okay, what the heck? Oh, the circus is here. It is bright and attractive with many new features. Okay, Forepaw. It's one word. Forepaw. Sells circus parade. A fire department. It appeared to be the unanimous verdict that the parade today was the finest that has passed through Waterloo streets for years. That's not true. Because in 1903, was it 1903? One of those, yeah, it was 1903. They had the really giant circus, right? That like had the giant parade that had 600 horses in it or something. Hold on, let me find it. I'm losing steam. Circus. Here. Wallace Brothers. Remember that? They had like a really giant parade. I would say that is the finest parade that's walked through Waterloo in recent years. Not this one. Anyways, let's see if we can find a picture. Oh, I love old circus pictures. Look at this. The snake is chasing the clown. They're doing crazy stuff. Oh, cool. Okay, what's this? Something lasted until 1904. That's weird, because this is 1906, but maybe they kept calling it Four Pawn Cells. A lot of circuses, when you start to look into them, they all like combine together and they buy each other out. They had baby judging contests. No, that's cute but sad. You shouldn't judge a baby. They're all cute. Even if they're ugly, they're cute. What kind of websites am I using? Right now I'm just on whatever I can find on Google, but I use newspapers.com for the newspaper articles. I use Ancestry for a lot of records. This is the Library of Congress. They've got a lot of good stuff. Find a Grave I use a lot. This is Find a Grave, where we found this guy's gravestone. That's what inspired the beauty pageant thing. I didn't know that. Wow, okay. They were old school beauty pageants. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I use Find a Grave like it's Tinder. Me too. I'm searching for a male in this area that was born around 1903 and died around 1940 something. And his name starts with... It's funny. Okay. You get a match. So he went to the circus. I wonder if Georgia went with him. Office till 10. Circus parade. 10 to 11. With Robbie hunting sewer manholes. That's a Ralph thing to do. Want to go hunting? Sure, I'll go get my shotgun. No, not that kind of hunting. I'm going hunting for sewer manholes. 1 to 6. Went to circus in the evening. It's like a circus sandwich. He went in the morning and at night, and in the middle, sewer hunting. With C.T. Wilson all day. Surveys for F.E. Ball, G.G. Bickley. People's names. He never gives us full names, just initials. All right, this one I'm going to have to zoom in pretty far. Okay, I think you can see it now. June 29th. In office in AM till 10:30. Levels. Sycamore Street, 10:30 to 12. Office, 1 to 2:30. Walk grades on Quiney, 4th, and what does it say? 2 Anthony 2:30. I can't guess it. I gotta open it. I'm so lazy right now. 29th. Thank you, J.C. Denton. How do you read these so well and so easy? Just a lot of practice with reading the same people's diaries over and over again. We've read a few from Ralph, so that's why I can read his pretty easily. It's also in print, so it's a little bit easier. June 29th. June 29th. It says, I think it says Antony or Antomy or Anthony. 2:30 to 4. Investigation of grades, 4th Street, Sycamore. Haircut. He got a haircut. Haircut in evening. What's his name and where does he live? He is Ralph Slippy, 4 p.m. Where's that? Does it say p.m.? I don't know. I don't think so. His name's Ralph Slippy. He's up in the corner. There's a picture of him. And he is from Waterloo, Iowa. In office in AM. General office work and Washington Street grades. General office work till 2 p.m. Investigation. Lines. Grade northwest. Corner. Clay and Saxon. What grades? Oh, I'll check. Standard oil works. Or maybe what grounds for that one, actually. I don't know. So is this a job or a hobby? This is a hobby. But I do have a Patreon account, so I make a little bit off of it. It's a nice hobby. Sunshine Foxglove said, this is fascinating. Thank you. I come on every Thursday. I'm about to wrap up now, but I come on every Thursday and do this. And after a while, we all learn about the people who wrote these diaries. Okay, on June 29th, I missed. Yes, I did. Okay, so after this one, sewer grades on 4th Cottage Streets, or Street South, probably. And then the investigation of grades on 4th Street. I don't know. Maybe even grates. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he's written out grades multiple times, so I don't know. Where do I find the diaries? I have bought them from estate sales, from eBay, from... yeah, basically that's where I buy them from. They've also been donated to me. So these diaries in particular, it's a set of 6 of them. They were donated to me. We've read through all of these so far. This is on my website. The 1895 diary by Ralph's wife, Georgia. She wasn't married to him yet, though. Then the 1901 diary of Ralph. Both Ralph and Georgia's 1903 diaries are in here. And we're now on his 1906 diary. The last one is 1907, which we'll read next. So this is the Slippy Diary series. So, yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. We will be back next week. I will be back next week on Thursday at 6 p.m. I made a live event on TikTok that you can sign up for if you want. I also have a Discord. I have 2 different Discords. One is free for everybody. That's where I just send announcements. The other one is the Patreon one, so I will be sending for the Patreon people a vote for the next video chat. That will be happening sometime in April. So we have an April video chat coming up. Good night. I'm glad you're going to tune in next week. I can't wait to see you. I'll be on at 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Let's see. And the website is thingslostandfound.com. And when you go on to it, on the homepage, this is what it looks like. And you click on Slippy Diaries if you want to read the Slippy Diaries. All right, see you next week. Bye, little Bort. Bye, Ellie. Thanks for coming. Oops, I made myself go away.